Hi, second grade art students. Welcome to our virtual art class. This is Mrs. Murray and I'm in my home art studio, and today I'm going to get you started on the blue hippo. It's the art project that was sent home with you, and it's actually based on an ancient Egyptian hippopotamus sculpture that is decorated with Nile plants like lotus flowers, and it is in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. It's ancient, and we are going to base this art lesson on the blue hippo today from the Egyptian culture, and it's a wonderful art lesson that was created by Deep Space Sparkle. All you're going to need is crayons and watercolor paints if you have them, or markers, and a 9x12 sheet of drawing paper. Also maybe a pencil, okay? So we're gonna get started. I have actually already sketched the little blue hippo lightly. So if you're gonna use a pencil, you can lightly draw using the drawing guide that was sent home with you, and then go over it with a black crayon, because we're going to use oil resistance, which the black crayon will allow the watercolors to go over it. So we'll get started, and if you follow along with your drawing guide, the first thing is you're going to make a great big C in the middle of your paper, a little bit more over to the right and up a little, okay? So here's your paper on the edge. The second thing you're going to do is give the hippo his nose. Okay. And then the third thing, we're going to give him two nice round circles for eyes, and then small circles right in the middle for the pupils. Let's give him some ears and a nice smile. This is a happy blue hippo. And just some little marks for the nose holes of the hippo. You might want to put a little detail inside the ears. Okay, then we're going to do the back of the hippo. So we're going to start right in the middle of the head, and we're going to pretend that we're going to draw it first. So do the motion. You're going to go from the middle of the head, and you're going to make a nice rounded organic shape line, okay, so that we can make this wonderful round shape. Okay, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to add his feet. So come into about the middle of the bottom of his head, come down, and over here, it actually bumps out just a little from that nice rounded thing, and make the rounded flat parts. The back legs are a little bit bigger than the front, okay? So this one's gonna come up to its tummy. This one is gonna come up to its tummy, not quite as far. You're actually gonna make both of the front legs in the front, so he's almost like standing sort of sideways looking at us. But then we're gonna make the tummy connect and then add in that back leg, okay? And let's add the I guess toenails, okay, the details for this. Nice rounded bumps, maybe 3 on each one. Okay, that is the basic drawing guide for this. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use the other side of the drawing guide with all of the Egyptian flower designs, and we're just going to add them any way you like into the hippo. So you're thinking spacing. You're thinking of making it really organic. So maybe you start off with, and I want you to be really creative with this, okay? Maybe do it in pencil first, but You know, maybe start off with a nice vine. And you can put these anywhere you want, okay? They can be smaller than this, they can be larger than this, okay? But adding in some details. Maybe we do something really neat right in the middle of we do one of those neat flowers right here. Just try to do a couple more to give you an idea, okay? So be expressive, just use your imagination, okay? I'm just gonna do a nice swirl. One of the things on here are these wonderful swirls, so you can add those in actually after you've done some big ones. I really like this lily pad one, so I'm gonna put that one here, okay? And then just the details. These are so cool. Okay, maybe try to do every single kind of water plant there is. The vines, the different flowers. These are all aquatic plants. Oh, you know what? We forgot to do its tail. That was the last detail. Yeah, that makes it look better. So just a few more flowers. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use our watercolor paints if you have them, and if not, I'm going to show you a technique for using markers to get a watercolor effect. Okay, so I'll just do a couple more here. So you see, you don't have to you don't have to make them really super detailed, but have fun with it. Okay, now I'm going to add some spirals. Oh, maybe you have a leaf here, a leaf here. So it's kind of nice if you put the line right down the leaf, give it a little more detail. Maybe a swirl here. There's like a space here, so maybe a swirl here and here. Maybe I'll add a little bit more detail to this flower. Let's see. I guess that's pretty filled in, okay? So you're going to get some paint brushes and just a little bit of water. And we're going to paint him in blue because that's the color that he actually is. Let me show you. This is actually what the blue hippo from Egypt, it says from 1961 to 1878 BC, somewhere in there. So that's pretty amazing. Okay, so we're going to get, let's see, this really, really pretty blue here. Okay, so I hope that all of you have some kind of watercolor paints, but if not, that's fine. Okay, so you're just going to start painting. You're going to go around, okay? So I would leave the eyes white, so go around the eyes, okay, in a nice circle pattern like that, okay. When you use your paints, if you now see that looks a little darker, so I didn't add as much water that time, so I keep going in and adding water to my brush and then coming to the paint. When you do watercolor, go pretend that you're drawing again, okay? Now, what happens if I just add water to what I already have there? Okay, that's pretty neat. Okay, oh, you're starting to get some kind of fun details. So have fun with this. This is experimenting, right? All right, so what I would probably do is go around both eyes in a nice slow circle, like I'm drawing outside the crayon lines, okay? And then now I'm coming back in just with some water, and look, it's taking that paint and, you know, making it, so you can come back in and you can make it even darker on the edge if you want to, okay? And see, that black line is still showing, and that's what's wonderful about watercolor paints. Okay. And I know you'll keep going. You'll fill in the entire hippo with that beautiful blue paint. Let me show you a way to do it with Crayola markers. Now, maybe try a couple different blues. See which one you like best, but do the blue hippo in one color, okay? So let's try, if you just colored it in, you would see lines. That's the way that markers are. But what happens if you place the marker into water and then come to the edge? Okay, let's do it again. Let's get it really nice and wet. Oops, I just dripped. Okay, do you see how it's actually like the watercolor? All right, so let's take that drip and let's just work with it. Okay, so you're losing the line that you would normally get from a water by wetting it. Now it's getting pretty light, okay? So that, if you do not have watercolor paints, that is such a wonderful option, right? So you're gonna fill it all in with blue. And then I would suggest making like a shoreline. This hippo is gonna be standing in the water, right? So let's do a shoreline, and then maybe with a light blue crayon, do some nice, like, you know, swirls, and then you can watercolor this. He's not standing in a raging river. He's standing in, you know, probably over near the edge. And so just add some nice curvy lines, okay? Give it some texture, all right? And then you're going to do watercolor or a darker, and maybe you bring in some greens too, okay? Let's go with a darker blue. Let's see what happens, okay? We want it, well, that's not very much darker, is it? Let's see. We want it to have contrast to your blue hippo. So play with that, and maybe, you know, you do like a blue-green, okay? Think about what colors would have been in the Nile River. Let's get a little more water on that, right? Maybe green is wonderful. Okay, so play with that. This is where, the other thing that would be really great for this is wetting this first. Wet this part of the paper, all of the water around the hippo, okay? And then add your watercolors, and maybe you keep coming back to different colors. So we go to the green, see the effect you get. Maybe we go to, ooh, here's a nice deep blue, okay? All right, so and go right up to the shoreline there. Okay, the last thing that you're gonna do, put the paintbrush over here, is you're gonna add in these growing lotuses in the background, okay? So the lotus is kind of shaped like, actually, you can do whatever flowers that are on that drawing, on the drawing sheet here, okay? Do it maybe in green, okay? And, oh goodness, have fun. And then maybe add some leaves to each one, okay? So maybe you've got, so they're all growing. So what happens to the ones that are gonna be coming from behind? Maybe some of them are really short, right? Okay, but maybe some of them go way above the hippo, okay? So think about the continuation of the line. Let's make a different one. How about, okay, maybe one of the lily pad shapes. So fill in the background, and then what I want you to do is get the contrasting color. What's the complementary color to blue? It's orange, right? Okay, so you're gonna go and you're gonna get a beautiful orange color, and come in, and you know, after you have done in crayon, this green crayon, okay, come back in and fill in this area with a beautiful orange, okay? And again, if you want to wet it first, you certainly can. So that's a little blue hippo. I hope that gets you started. And have your parent take a picture of it. Either send it to me or even better yet, upload it into Artsonia. I can't wait to see your artwork. And we'll see you again soon. Bye.